Hi, and welcome to Paper Route Scrapbooking. I'm Nadine, and today I'm showing you all of the layouts that I made in the month of May 2025. Hello everyone, and welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for joining me today. Today I'm going to be sharing a stack of layouts that I created during May 2025, and let's just jump right in. So this is quite the stack. I usually do about 20 layouts in a month. These are more. 28 this month. That was pretty exciting. They're all single page layouts. And for the top portion of them, you can find a lot of them on a playlist on my channel. So the first, I think, 18 layouts that I'm going to show you are from a series that I did with Ginger from Ginger's Corner, and it is called The Whole Kitten Caboodle, and she invited a bunch of us to play along with her as we either choose a collection kit, curate a kit, or purchase a kit made by a kit company and then use the entire thing. So what I did was I took a collection kit from Photoplay. I added some things to it that I thought would be helpful, like background papers and some music themed embellishments that I had. And then I also added in a few random music themed papers that I had. And then I do have a little stack with script paper and what looks like music paper in 12 by 12. And so I threw those in there just to kind of make sure that I had what I needed to get through the series. And I ended up with 18 layouts, so I was really excited about that. So if you're interested in that, please go to back to my channel. There's a playlist of just my process, I guess, of how I went through and did that. And then I will also link in the description box Ginger's playlist. So she had a collaborative playlist on her channel where all of us who were participating in the whole Kitten Caboodle could also add our videos so that you have a whole bunch of different ideas on how different people went about doing that. So lots of inspiration there. Do you see my little rainbow? Isn't that so pretty? So this is my grandma. My cousin's wife, after my grandma passed, she asked me if I had any samples of her handwriting. And I did. I kept a stack of cards that she used to send me. My grandma was not an educated person. She grew up in a time and a family that didn't allow for much of that. She went to, primary school, but didn't get to finish. So writing wasn't really her thing, but when I first moved away, I think that was really hard for her. And so she used to write me cards, and they were so precious. She would go and find ones that kind of said already what she wanted to say, and then just put like a little note at the end. So then my cousin's wife went and had these things made, and they're like vinyl printed, I guess. And so it looks like a jar with roses in it, and it's printed on this prism vinyl that makes these rainbows. And she did one for each of my grandma's kids, all 6 of them. And they all just, from the sample I gave her, it said, "God bless you, love," or "I love you," or something like that. And then mine, because they were my cards, it actually has grandma's writing and her signature. But of course she signed my cards Grandma Noel, not Mom. So I'm the only one who got that. And so mine is extra special, and I just love it. And every time I see the rainbow come in the window, I'm like, oh, Grandma's saying hello. So I love that. So when you see my rainbow on my desk, that's what it is. Okay. So here we go. Let's get started. So these ones are from the Whole Kitten Caboodle. The collection that I started with was this one from Photoplay. It was called Music Notes. It was from, I think, 2022, maybe 2020. I don't know. Anyway, it was a good one, and I added some things to it. So if you want to see that process, there's a kit share, and then it goes on from there. So this is one of the layouts. I don't have them in order. I didn't think to go back and do that. Sorry. They're just kind of in a little stack. So this one I think was towards the end because it looks like there's some pretty thin scraps and some banner pieces. That's one of my tricks with scraps. So that would have been one of my base page layouts. And then this one. And in my series, I talked a lot about how many different events that I covered. So it wasn't just like, I don't have a child who takes band or singing lessons or anything like that. It was just all things about life that were music related. So this one we were at karaoke. This one my husband and I went to a Kaylee. So just different things, right? These also are from the Ginger's Corner swaps. I'll put a link below to Ginger's Facebook group where you can sign up for the swaps. We have swaps. A lot of the participants are from the United States, but we also have them in Canada, I think in parts of Europe, and I'm not sure about Australia and New Zealand anymore, but there was some at one point. So just go check it out and ask questions if you're not sure. So here's another one. This one too, this was a drag show, so that's another thing that involves music, right? So kind of fun. And then this one was going to a local band, checking out the local band. This is another one from Ginger's Corner swaps. So fun. This one actually could have been a swap, but it was actually one my mom made that she had extras of. Same with that one. Look, I used it twice. And it doesn't matter because they won't go anywhere near each other in my albums. I think they're not even the same year. What's this one? This one was 2019 and that one is 2022. 2022. Okay, and this one is, where did we go? Oh, rock and roll bingo. We went to play bingo, but it was rock and roll version. So fun. And this is a cut apart card that was actually a record player, and I cut it in half and it looks like a little rainbow. Isn't that fun? So there's that. Here's another one. These are some Ginger's Corner items too, but they were ones that I made for a swap and then I made myself extras. Super fun. These viewfinder pieces are from Nicole Jones 911. I'll try to remember to link her printables down below as well. I love those viewfinders. They can go on anything. Maybe I should move this out of the way. It's a bit distracting. I loved this. This is a guy playing the spoons. I tell this story in my video, so you can go back and watch it if you're interested, but it was awesome. This is in, I believe, Prince Edward Island. Over here. And then my little guy playing, this is my grandson, playing the drums on some pots and pans. This one is a concert that I went to with some friends. Super fun. And this one was with pieces that I'd cut off to make like that smaller block. And then I weaved them in the corner. I really like how that turned out. Here's another one about a concert. This is kind of a concert. It was actually figure skating, but they had this band come out and play for us, I think at intermission. They were a Canadian band that I had never heard of, so that was kind of fun. Here's another one. This one has really, like, I love how I got different fonts on there. That's what I wanted to do on all my layouts for this, but it just didn't happen. Oh, good intentions, right? I always have such great ideas and then no. So this is one of those that I used. This was not in the collection. This was one of my music note papers that I throw in with my script font because I feel like they are kind of something that I might go look for separately from like a collection. So that's what those are. And these are punched out of scraps from, so this would have been one of my base pages as well. And I think this was one of the actual, so I did 6 page kits and 6 layouts. So you can see me put together my page kits and do my layouts in that series. If you're interested, go check it out. Yeah, this one turned out pretty good too. This one's all about my baby brother. And this one is another local band. So I have a friend who's a local musician. So I'm pretty happy when I get to an event and I'm like, oh, look, he's playing guitar in that with that group. This is another one that had those elements that I got from Ginger's Corner swaps, and I love how it turned out. Super fun. I loved the colors in this photo play collection too. Look, I had I used that twice. Obviously, I thought that was a good idea. And this one is my grandson at a playground, and they had next to the actual like climbing structures, they had this it's called a harmony park, where kids can like make music on all of these different things, which was pretty cool, I thought. And these are also from the swaps, but these are ones that I made for someone else, and then I just made myself a set as well. And there again, you can see the printable viewfinders from Nicole Jones 911. Here we have another karaoke layout, and my son and I singing karaoke, and then my son and his godmother, and my son and he's my cousin actually, but we call him just cousin. He's everybody's cousin. This one is watching the Super Bowl, and I don't really actually watch the football. I just watch the halftime show. So that's what that's about. But I really like how this like pie shaped thing turned out. It worked out very well for me. And these were also something that I added to the kit I looked through my like project life cards and stuff, and that was in there. So look around, you'll find things. All right, so next up, so that was my first 18 layouts, was all with the whole kit and caboodle. So I got 18 layouts out of one kit, which was awesome. I love it. This one was a class that I taught at my local scrapbook store. Our local store is called Create Red Deer, and they are a small, independent little store, and I absolutely love it there, and I love the store owner. And so I do go and teach classes once a month, layout classes. I don't think anybody else right now is teaching layout classes there, so there's other teachers there though that do like cards and mini books and other projects. So yeah, I have some great people that come and take my classes, which is awesome. So one was all about the half and half design. We used this Kelly Bangs Spellbinders paper pack, and it was called Just Saying. It was pretty cool. And then oh, and if you want to go check out our little store, we do now have an online store. So if you are one of my Canadian followers that's been asking if our store has an online portion and ships within Canada, we do now. She has finished the online shop and it is live. So I will link that in the description box too. And if you are in Canada, please go check her out and support our little store. So this one is all about me and my girls. These are my two beautiful daughter-in-laws, or two of the three, I guess. We were in Puerto Vallarta. These are my little sweet grandbabies when they were just tiny. She's now 4 and he's 7. And they were just babies there, but they're so sweet. I love the like neck hug. Like, I'm gonna hug my baby sister. Also might block off her airway, but you know. This is my little grandbaby getting her ears pierced. I can't believe it. That was so scary for me. She's so brave. Oh, I love her. But look how cute. She's smiling after. She's so sweet. And then this one is from our trip to Nova Scotia. This is a friend of my husband's, so I got to meet his wife. It was lovely. And then this is my little Emilia when she was 11 months old, and she had this super cute little jean jacket on, and I just thought it was adorable. So I had to print all the pictures. I don't usually print all the pictures, but sometimes it's just too cute not to, right? But like, it's like all the moods too. She was like not having it, unimpressed, and then she's like laughing, and so funny. Kids are funny. Look at her little bun on her head in this one. This is just them at the lake getting their fall family photos done, but this is just her candids. And then the next thing I did this month was with my store also. So I'll also link this below. They have a Facebook page. And so I go live on their Facebook page once a week and promote something and show how to use different things from the shop. And I also am now able to stream it from my own Facebook page. So I would really love it if you would come over to my Facebook page and hit that follow button so you can also watch live and see what I'm creating, and yeah, follow along. Some of my girls who take my classes are like, it's like having a free class every week from Nadine. So I think that's really sweet. And I think the layouts that I make, you can use anything. You don't really have to use what I show you. Of course, that's the idea because it's based on what I'm grabbing from the store, but that's not necessary, right? So if you're learning a technique, for example, like this one I took apart, I cut this 2x2 square paper and put it back together in a different way. So I feel like that's kind of fun. And so that's kind of what the people who are like, I'm taking a free class every week or whatever, that I think that's what they're getting at, is like, oh, I can cut things into 2x2 squares and put them in a pattern. Ooh, right? So kind of fun. I still want to put something here. I should set this one aside because I definitely want to put something there. And that was Mother's Day. This was this year, Mother's Day. My son and his girlfriend came to town and took me out to a Mother's Day market at a local pub, and it was very well done. And it was really for adult kids and their moms, and I thought that was awesome because I find a lot of the Mother's Day activities are geared towards either really big families or tiny children, and I'm like, I don't have either one of those here in town. But it was a great day. And then this is another one where just like using the paper in a different way, so popping up some of those circles, using some of the circle elements from the embellishments and that sort of thing. Those papery pieces, oh my gosh, I love those. So yeah, it's another one we did. Here was another one where we took apart a diamond shaped paper and I put it back together in a different order. And I really love how this one turned out. I love this blue background. Need about 50 of those, right? So, and we were just working with the Bold and Bright open stock, and I had quite a bit left over from my kit. I did the Vicky Booten weekend thing, so I had quite a bit left over in terms of embellishment, but she still has that stuff in the shop. And it's, good time to show it. So yeah, it was awesome. I love how this one turned out. And then this was the last one I did with that series. This was just last Tuesday. And again, I took some triangular scraps and layered them up in kind of a different way. This is a base, like this background paper is actually already like that. So it already has that block design in the center. And then I just layered up on top of it. So I layered up these like what looks like banners. I layered up these other scraps over here that look like, they're just like random rectangular pieces that have been cut off of papers from somewhere else. This was a scrap. These were like the tags in the Vicky Booten Bold and Bright were from a cut apart sheet, and then they had like this extra piece down at the bottom. So I had kept cutting it off because I was like, oh, this is too long for where I want to put this. And so I just fanned them out underneath my title, and I really like how that turned out. So just different ways to use your paper, right? Okay, so if you're interested in those, please come check out my Facebook page and you can watch live. Keep in mind that Facebook does delete videos after 30 days. I am trying to upload them and maybe move. I don't know what I'm going to do with them. For right now, I'm just storing them, but hopefully move them eventually onto YouTube. But for right now, they're going to start deleting things, I guess, is what I'm told. So I am trying to download. I don't know how many I'll get to before they do that, but we'll see. So another thing I like to talk about at the end of the month after my layout share is how many product packs did I use up? So here's what I know. On this layout, I used up the rest of these. They were black and white enamel dots from Echo Park. And I love that Echo Park has taken that idea of enamel dots and they're putting them out in like color groupings instead of just like per collection, right? So it's not just the colors of the collection, you can also get them in color groupings. I love that because that's how I think when I go looking for enamel dots. And then when I did my whole kit and caboodle, well, first off, I used up an entire paper pack, right? I did not use the entire sticker sheet. So I took that sticker sheet, and in my video, I show you what I did with it. I put it with something else that I felt like it could go with. But I did use all the paper. I used this pack. I finished off 2 sticker sheets that were music themed that were pretty old, but had in my stash. I finished off a pack of mini basil tags. So there had been 20 tags. I tried using this up during Calvin Ball, and I wasn't successful. So I did finish it off with the whole kit and caboodle. I also used all 3 of the Flair from Shimmer's Paints dots. It's all about the color, it said. And then I finished this. So I'd grabbed this at a thrift shop, and I was like, okay, I'll bite, because it was just like black cardstock. I'm like, that's perfect for photo matting. So I finished that off. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 packages I used up during this month. So that's kind of exciting. And another thing I've decided I wanted to keep track of is how many photos did I scrapbook this month? 96 photos. Almost 100 photos. That's pretty cool, right? Okay, so things you can find in the description box below. A link to our Facebook group where you can find these, or not group, my Facebook page and the store page. You can watch in either spot now. We also are, I'm also going to put the link to the actual online shop so that you can shop at the store. And if you're in Canada, I don't think we're shipping anywhere else at the moment, just because things are kind of strange with shipping right now. But I know I had a lot of Canadian friends that were, or viewers that were asking if the store ships, and now they do. So please go check it out. Give us some love. Place some orders. I love this Spellbinders collection. This is also still in the shop. We still do have the Vicky Bouton stuff in the shop as well. The color, no, what's it called? Bold and Bright. So that, enamel dots. We have some good stuff in there. There's my little bug. You will also be able to find my playlist for the whole kit and caboodle. I will also add Ginger's playlist where everybody that was playing along added their videos to it too. And then also the Facebook group where you can go if you want to participate in our swaps. So we have 2 kinds of swaps. On the 1st and 15th of the month, we have like regular swaps, I think they're called. And then these ones with the, you send, how does it work? You send a title, 2 embellishments, and a themed journaling card, I believe is how it goes. And that's a partner swap. So you're only swapping with one person. So that's what this one is from, and this one is from. So if you're interested in those, I'll put the link to the Facebook group down below as well. And I think that's it for today. Thank you so much to everybody who came to hang out with me today. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them down below and I'll try to get back to you as soon as I can. And I hope you all have a great day. Bye for now.